Art as Ritual, a personal story of journey offerings. Let me describe a moment. I'm setting up a circle for a gathering of women in a wonderful, evocative retreat center. And I'm alone. And a bird flies into a window with a crack like a lightning bolt that jars me and makes me pay attention. The bird had died at the bottom of the window, and I was immediately called to gather that bird up and take that bird to a sacred place. I couldn't do it at that moment, but I knew that that was my impulse, and I knew that it was necessary, and I needed to pay attention. The bird flying into the window for me was a journey offering, and I was responding as the priestess on my path. I knew that I had to respond and take that bird to a sacred place and listen to what was being asked of me. So later on that morning, I did exactly that. I wrapped the bird up in my hand in a cloth and took it down to a sacred place and wandered for a little while just to find where it was that this bird needed to be. My mother had died 7 weeks earlier, and I was aware in the back of my mind, I had noticed that the place that I was in held some reference to who she was, and that birds for her were her totem animal, little birds. This particular bird was green, a verdant green, almost an olive green. It struck me as a color I had never seen in a bird. A warbler. But I took this bird down and searched for the right place. And after a while, I found it. I had also brought with me a ribbon, and I noticed that at a time I needed to stop and wrap the ribbon around the bird and open the bird's wings and really commune, understand that the bird was asking me to pay attention to something. And I found a place, I found a flat white rock that seemed just right, and at the base of the rock were some indentations that felt like a little bed that was waiting for this bird. So I looked around and found some rocks and built a cairn and put the bird in and stacked the stones up and felt that this was the right place for this bird to be released, for me to release another piece of my mother's energy, for me to release another part of my story as a daughter, for me to pay attention in this moment. And as I turned around to straighten up where I had gathered the 2 rocks from, I noticed as I moved some leaves around that there was another stone that had been left sometime in the past by another daughter or son, and that stone had the words, "Dearest Mother." So this becomes a significant art as ritual mythos moment, a journey moment for me to remember, and I did mark it with image, and this is what I share with you now. May it guide you into your own ritual moments within your art making and life making.